Okay, hi everyone. My name is Miss Wagner, and I will be teaching you about citing evidence to support a claim today. First and foremost, I did want to thank everybody for showing up today and participating in this interview lesson. I know that doing schoolwork in June is probably not ideal, so thank you very much for being here. The activity that we'll be doing today is reading and discussing the poem Dreams by Langston Hughes. And our objectives for the day are to identify textual evidence to support an answer and to cite textual evidence that most strongly supports an answer. So what you'll see in Google Classroom is you will see this instructional video and then you will see this slideshow as well. So everybody gets a copy of the slideshow and you will be responsible for filling out some of the slides in the slideshow, and I will tell you that as we go along. So to get this lesson started, the first thing I want to ask you is, if I were to walk up to all of you and say, I am the best basketball player in the world, would you believe me? Probably not, right? Because I'm just a skinny girl who's not very tall and, somebody that, doesn't look like they play basketball, okay? What if I were to bring along video evidence of LeBron James saying that I am good at basketball? Would that make me more credible? Probably, right? Because LeBron James kind of has jurisdiction over who's good at basketball or not, because he is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Now, why do we cite textual evidence? We cite textual evidence because plagiarism is bad. It's bottom line wrong. To avoid this, we can use citations. But why do we even need to use somebody else's work at all? This actually strengthens your argument. So when I came up to you and I said, I'm the best basketball player in the world, you didn't believe me as much as you did when I actually brought in a credible source like LeBron James who says I'm the best basketball player in the world. The goal is to use evidence that will make your audience believe you. That's why I brought along LeBron James and not, somebody like my mother. Okay, my mother's gonna always say, I'm the best basketball player in the world because she's my mom. Okay. So when you're citing evidence, the best way to do that is to create a CEA paragraph. So that is claim, evidence, and analysis. When making a claim, you ask yourself why you think what you think. So I'm the best basketball player in the world is my claim, and I need to say, why do I think that? Well, I think that because people who play basketball, who are really good at basketball, have said that I'm good at basketball. I would then cite my evidence. So that is my LeBron James video. I'd say this is displayed when LeBron James says, Miss Wagner is the best basketball player in the world. And then James would be the author's last name and then page number. We don't have a page number because it's a video. And then I would explain how my evidence supports my claim. So I would say, since LeBron James is one of the greatest basketball players of all time, his saying that I'm good at basketball helps prove my claim. Okay, a couple of key points when citing evidence. Your evidence needs to relate to your claim thoroughly, so you need to make sure that it relates as closely as possible. So when reading a text, you're always going to find some lines or some pieces of evidence that support your claim, but there is always a line that's going to support your claim the best. That is what you're searching for. Fortunately, this is where your analysis comes in, so you get to explain how it proves your point. Even if it seems obvious to you, it might not be to me, so you need to make sure to explain, okay? You never know who your audience is going to be. Your audience could be somebody who has no idea who LeBron James is at all, so you might need to explain that he is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Okay, next step, we are going to write a paragraph using the CEA format. Normally we would do this together. You can do this together with me, follow along, or you can just watch the video and do the last paragraph. So it says, use a quote from the poem Dreams to answer the question, what is Langston Hughes saying about dreams? So what is the theme of the poem Dreams? And it says, don't worry, we'll do this together. This is the poem. It's called Dreams by Langston Hughes. It says, hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. Okay, so poetry uses a lot of figurative language and a lot of different imagery in order to, seem poetic. So what I like to do is I like to break down the poem. So hold fast. I didn't know what that meant, so I just looked it up. I have it up here. It says, continue to believe in or adhere to an idea or principle. So I would just say continue to believe in. So continue believing, can't spell today, in your dreams. For if dreams die, so dreams are an abstract concept, so they might not actually die, but they could, go away or vanish. So because if your dreams go away, and then we have a beautiful metaphor here. So we have life being compared to a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. So when you think about a bird, you honestly think about flying and freedom. And if life were like a broken-winged bird that could not fly, it would be very, meaningless. So life would be meaningless. Hold fast to dreams again, so continue believing in your dreams. For when dreams go, when dreams go away, and then we have another metaphor here. So life is a barren field frozen with snow. So I know that barren means empty, and when I think about the word frozen, I just get really cold. So I would just say life is empty and cold. Okay, so we just put that poem into plain language, and that will help us analyze it. Okay, so now that we have interpreted the poem, we can write our CEA paragraph, and I have already done that for you here. I did this so that you wouldn't have to listen to me type over and over again. So here at the top is our claim. So our question was, what is Langston Hughes saying about dreams? So what is the theme? And my claim here is Langston Hughes is saying that we need to continue to believe in our dreams. And why do I think that? Hughes believes that without dreams, life is meaningless. So that is what we came up with here at the beginning of the poem. Continue believing in your dreams. Because if your dreams go away, life would be meaningless. Now I need to provide textual evidence. And I was choosing between the two metaphors. The imagery in the second metaphor just kind of affected me more than the first one, so that's why I chose that evidence. I said, this is displayed in the poem, in his poem Dreams, when he says, that's my transition, hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. So there's my evidence, and now I have to explain that evidence. Use a transition word, therefore, Hughes uses a metaphor to compare life without dreams to a cold and empty field, thus proving that life would lack meaning without them. Okay, do you see how I connected my claim, which is without dreams life is meaningless, to my explanation? So life would lack meaning without them. Okay, now it's time for you all to do it on your own. So this is the slide that I will be looking at to give you feedback. The new question is answer this question in CEA format, and here's an outline for you. It says, what does Langston Hughes think we should do with our dreams? So you'll have your claim here, so you'll answer the question, why you think that. Your evidence will go here. Make sure that you have a transitional phrase, and then you will analyze or explain what the quote means and how that proves your claim. Once you have finished with that, you have a short exit slip here. It says, what is one reason or situation that might need to have solid evidence in your real life? So this is just connecting to your real life. My example here is proof that you've cleaned your room so that you can go over to a friend's house. I always had to do that for my mom, so I figure that's something that you all have to do as well. Okay, just to reiterate what you all are responsible for. You are responsible for completing the last two slides. So I would review each of the slides from the video, and then I would just go to the very last slides. So this slide and this slide. Okay, these are the only two slides that you are responsible for. So fill out your claim, your evidence analysis, and then do your exit slip. Okay, please let me know if you have any questions. You can contact me on Google Classroom, or you can contact me at mnwagner3@gmail.com. Thank you all so much for being here.